what's going on? Welcome to the Bottom Line Podcast, your home for sports and entertainment talk. I'm Jimmy Finizzi. I hope that you're doing well. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to take a listen. Much appreciated. Be sure to hit us up on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at BottomLine WMCX, and don't forget to use hashtag BottomLine. Also, make sure you subscribe on all audio platforms, including Podbean, Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, which was just approved, and Amazon Music, and also on YouTube as well. Include Jimmy when searching for this podcast. After 99 days in a lockout, baseball is back for the 2022 season and for 4 more years after that. We don't have to worry about this garbage for 5 more years. Thank God. So, let me give you some terms on the new CBA that the owners and players agreed to. And Jeff Passan had this. Actually, Alvin Gonzalez on ESPN had this article. I want to give him credit. My apologies. Under the new CBA, minimum salaries will begin at $700,000 in 2022, an unprecedented 23% increase from the prior year, and rise to $780,000 for the final year in 2026. The competitive balance threshold, which taxes big spending teams that surpass pre-established limits, will be set at $230 million in 2022, a near 10% increase from last year, and reach $244 million by 2026. A $50 million player pool to reward pre-arbitration players who excel will also be incorporated. Other changes within the new CBA include a 12-team postseason with the top 2 division winners earning first-round byes, a 45-day window to impose rule changes decided on by a new joint committee beginning in 2023, a universal DH. Thank God. I was hoping that they would come to that decision because, really, as much as I love seeing pitchers hit, what's the point anymore if you're going to risk them getting hurt? But I digress. A 6-team draft lottery implemented with hopes of curtailing tanking, a provision that prevents teams from optioning eligible players more than 5 times within a season, 2 measures aimed at limiting service time manipulation, meaning a full year of service time awarded to players who finish within the top 2 in respective Rookie of the Year voting, and draft picks awarded to teams that promote players on opening day who finish among the top vote getters for major awards. Additional advertising through patches on jerseys and decals on helmets, which is the one thing I actually really hate because the Yankee uniform is now no longer going to be the same. But maybe that's just me being biased, but I digress there. But this is the one big boulder that they could not conquer until this point. An international draft, a component that added another layer of difficulty to negotiations this past Wednesday, could be implemented as early as 2024. The union has until July 25th to decide on an international draft, which would trigger the removal of draft pick compensation for high-priced free agents. Under the league's proposal, the draft would be a 20-round hard slot system for players at least 16 years old outside of the United States, Puerto Rico, and Canada. Manfred told ESPN's Jesse Rogers this past Thursday that he felt, quote, a great weight because of the harm the lockout caused fans. Well, all I can really say about this is that it's about time. I really don't know what exactly the holdup was. I get it. The international draft was a major piece that they could not come across until last week. But even still, this whole lockout, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This whole lockout was for one reason and for one reason only. All about the green, the money. It's not about us, the fans. It's not about the players. It's not about the game of baseball, trying to improve it. Although you've been trying and it's absolutely failed so far, but I digress. The owners and Rob Manfred care about making as much money as possible. Period. End of sentence. Because let's be honest here. If it really was about the fans and the players and the integrity of the game, this would have been done when it was first locked out back in December, maybe January. But even still, the fact that it took this freaking long shows me that money was the big factor in all of this. And that really, really disappoints me, because as a fan of not just the Yankees, but baseball in general, the fact that the game has sunk to this low, where the fans or the players don't even matter, I'm really, really sickened by it. I really, really am. And I really hope that they can use this as a lesson, meaning the owners and Rob Manfred. I really hope they can use this as a lesson and make them and look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, our fans actually are really important to the game. Because as of now, you're probably not going to have that many fans show up to ballparks. Maybe opening day will be an exception, but even still, you may say, and I'm talking directly to Rob Manfred here, you may go up to a microphone at a press conference and say that we truly care about our fans. But in all reality, you don't. You really, really don't. Because again, if you did, you would have got this done back in December or January. But you didn't. It took until the month of March to figure this out. And now look where we are. How does it feel? And again, I will ask this question. Is Rob Manfred the worst commissioner in sports right now? To me, I don't think it's even a debate. The answer is yes. Because you saw what he did during this entire lockout. He kept holding off on this deal, kept holding off on that deal, kept holding off on talking to the players about trying to negotiate something. He held off on everything because of money. Like, he doesn't make enough. Now, I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, what about Gary Bettman? What about Roger Goodell? At least they actually give a crap about the fans. At least they're trying to improve their sport. The NFL makes improvements every single year, and nobody says a word. Why? Because football is king. Everybody loves the NFL, regardless of what happens. They make rule changes every year. Nobody cares. Nobody cares because they love the game so much that they'll stand by no matter what. When it comes to baseball, they have a commissioner that just does not care. At least Bud Selig gave a crap. All right? I'd rather have him back than Rob freaking Manfred. Yeah, I said it. Rob Manfred. Because he's a fraud of a commissioner, he's a fraud of a baseball fan, and he's a fraud for even taking this damn job in the first place. Period. But anyway, that wraps up my tirade on why this thing took so long. But I'm just really, really happy that baseball is back for the 2022 season and for another 4 years after that. What do you think about this whole mess that was the MLB lockout? 99 freaking days it took to get something going. And look where we are. Let us know what you think. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at BottomlineWMCX. And don't forget to use hashtag BottomLine. And once again, please make sure you subscribe if you like what you saw and listen to. It would mean the world to us. We're on Apple, Google, Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, TuneIn Radio, and on YouTube. We are everywhere, people. But make sure you include Jimmy when searching for this podcast. And also, down in the link in the description section, there is a link where you can help support this podcast to help keep it going. No donation is necessary, but it would mean the world if you did donate, even if it's just $1 freaking dollar. It would mean the world to us. We want to keep this show going for you, and it wouldn't be possible without your help. So thank you in advance for your generosity. It really means the world. And again, thank you so much for all of your undying love and support. It means a lot to Austin and myself. But what do you think of the whole baseball lockout situation? Are you happy that baseball is back? I'm Jimmy Finizzi. This is the Bottom Line Podcast. See you in the next episode. Peace and take care.